Hi, welcome back to Sadie Spincraft. So, it's the first day of the knitting challenge and I've done nothing to prepare. I say I've done nothing to prepare. We've got this many dark brown Shetlands and I'm still spinning some. So at least we can get started. And then if I don't have enough, I've got this little sneaky one here, which is a couple of browns put together. I don't know what breed it is, but it don't feel it much different. It's a World of Wool one. So it'll go next to that and in between those. So it just sort of like bring those down to that so that it's a nicer fade rather than just whoosh, it's changed. So I'm going to go for this one to just right, you don't need to hold everything, Sadie. Come on, stop being daft. So yeah, I think it's a nicer fade with that in the middle, and hopefully I can get some more of this spun up as well. Fingers crossed. So, excuse me about that. So, I think I've got about 350 grams-ish. I only need another 450. We'll get there. I've got 100 days to spin and knit it up. As long as I do an hour of knitting a day, I'm all good. Right. Also, I forgot to mention, I will be collecting pictures on a Friday. So if you want to get your pictures sent to me or hashtag me in pictures, if you want it on the video, I mean, by all means, do put underneath, do not use on video or don't mention my name, but it's up to you. But I'd like to get the pictures on a Friday so that I can show them off on the Saturday. I will be doing 2 or 3 videos a week on this. There will be other ones in between because I get bored. We all know what I'm like. So if I have a few things going at once, I can't get bored of doing the knitting. Ha ha ha. I've started figuring myself out. I'm getting there. I'm starting to understand myself. So yeah, if you could send me your pictures on a Friday or tag me in your pictures or whichever, and I'll do what I need to do to get them onto the video. We're finishing on the 11th of May, not the 31st. We all know I'm bad at maths. It's what happens when you don't use a calculator and you think, oh, I'm just adding up. Yeah, I can't even do that. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm only 20 days out. 20 days. It's not as bad as it could have been. Anyway, so yeah, 11th of May is when we finish. You can do whatever you want, whether it's spinning, knitting, crocheting, blending, you know, getting your fibre ready, cross stitch, latch hook, needle felting, anything else you can think of. I thought of 8 then. So yeah, any fibre arts you want to do, I'm going with fibre arts because I'm a fibre artist. You do wet felting, there's another one. So yeah, that is that bit. I'm now gonna do some YouTube magic. I'm not getting dressed. That's not the magic. I'm gonna cake up. I'm only gonna cake up a couple of the browns first because there's no point in caking it all up until I need it. In fact, I might just cake one at a time up. No, I'll do the browns first. So the YouTube magic will be you seeing me cake these up, and then I need to make a swatch. And the swatch needs to be in mistake rib. Oh my goodness, I haven't even measured Chris. Well, that's not going to work, is it? Cynthia seamless top down raglan jumper, right. Tension. 4 ply, we need 28 stitches over 36 rows equaling 10 centimeters measured over the stitches, over the stitch. Huh? I would have thought ST is a stitch. Anyway, on larger needles. Right, so I have to do the tension on the larger needles. I've got stitch markers. Got tapestry needle. Smooth yarn, yeah. So, if I go with DK, we'll just say, pretend is a large right now, an extra large. Approximate yarn in meters, 1,275. I think I might have that, you know, but we'll see. It might be a ×5. We don't know, because we need to figure it out. So if I would just go with extra large, what does that mean? Right, yeah, cast on that amount of stitches, right? So on an increase round. Ah, right, so these numbers here, sorry, I'm out, you could see those are the increases and decreases I've got to do. So if I do a DK, 22 stitches over 28 rows, and I need to have the rows and the stitches at that in 10 centimeters. Needles used circular, yeah, I've got them. So I really need to measure Chris, and he's gone out and he's gone fishing. So if I just do the swatch in DK, then I can measure Chris when he gets back. I knew there was something I was forgetting to do. I'm bloody useless. So we'll be doing rib round first anyway, which will be the smaller needles. So what size needles am I using? Why is he not telling me what needles I need? This is going to make me cry. It's going to make me cry before I've even started. Yeah, choose pattern, choose yarn, whatever. I've done that. So why are you not telling me what needles I need? I'm going to go with 3.5 foot cuff and 4 for my actual pattern. So I'm going to need the 4mm ones. Right. Let's start by getting the needles ready. Give me a sec. Right. So I'm going to use both of these. You're going to see what I'm doing. Because I want the longer one. Is that... That's the 4. So I want that longer one, but I want the longer one in there. And I can't believe I didn't come to the decision, thank you everyone as well, that these little bars are to connect the wires. Why didn't that ever connect in my head? I don't get it. Oh, don't get me, rather. Right. So, just for swatch. Let's just whack that on there, yeah? Look at that, no wire flipping round and whacking me in the face. Well, it did then, because I did it to myself, but shh. 4mm. Is that 3.5? It is. So I'll be using the 3.5 short and long. And the 4.5 small and long. Ooh. That's just spinning round, it's not. Let's try a different wire. If not, I'll just have to use other one of these. But it went on other day. I'm quite impressed with it. Anyway, we're only doing a swatch, so it don't break my. I'll just get that small one. Come here. Why? Awkward. Right. See if that one works any better. Yeah, must just be this one. So what I'll do is I'll use this one as a... Oh, it might just go on this side. See if it works on... If it don't work on this, it's the wire. Oh, well, there you go. So some of them are just a bit too small for it, and some are good. So yeah, you can attach them. Who knew? I feel so daft. Who knew? Right, so we're only swatching. Let's take that one off. Might as well use a smaller wire. So we'll get the needles ready, and then I'll go get the yarn caked up. Do you want to see yarn caked up? I mean, it's yarn. I suppose people like the aesthetics. So yeah, look. Maybe for the shorter wire, I might need to use the smaller one. So look. Yeah, that one. But no, Sadie, we're only swatching. You might as well just do it with the little needles. I need to just make my mind up and stop messing. It's because I'm all excited because I've got new needles. Right, we'll just use them. We'll just use them. We've got to use them. So for now, because it's only swatching time, I don't actually need that one. So I'm going to get that one when we start getting the proper, going on to the proper thing. Right, so I've got my needles. Now I need my yarn. So I'll be back. So I'm having a bit of a dilemma right now. I might have to... So, you know, I said I've been doing this yarn, well, this fleece for about 3-4 years now. 3 years, I think it is. Well, you can bloody tell. You can bloody tell. Watch this. So, this is when I first started. Yeah. This is obviously afterwards. And then this is now. Like, there is 3 different yarn weights. For goodness sake. And then, right, so, if I were to hold that with that, sorry, pointing it at the floor, it'd make it like that, wouldn't it? I don't know. But they're near enough the same. Maybe I just leave that one out. That's because I'd learnt how to use, I'd learnt about Shetland since doing these. And it's amazing what happens when you know how a fleece works. Wow. I'm proper shocked. Proper shocked. Anyway, I'm just steaming my yarns. I like to give them, because you can see when they've been wrapped up, I like to just make them look better. Just give them a quick steam so that they hang straight. And then, yeah, so I'll be back once I've steamed these and they've kind of dried and we'll figure out how we're going to do this. How? Why do I do this to myself? So I'm not using these 2. Unless I have to, then I'll pair them together. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I can use, that I've managed to get roughly the same size. So, yeah, I'm just going to let them dry, won't take long, and I'll start skeins them up. Well, caking them up. Right, so I've got Christopher's measurements now. I'm going to do the, what do you call it, swatch. Because I'll be steam blocking, I should really wet block, shouldn't I? I'll wet block it. I'll squeeze it up in a towel and I'll put it out. Yeah, I'll do it properly. So, I'm now going to start the swatch. Oh my gosh, I'm actually following a pattern. Don't worry about this. It is getting sorted. It's just when you're on your own house, it takes time. Takes time. I don't care. I've never perceived that I'm out specialer than what I am. I'm just special in head. Anyway, I'm off. I'll get you set up. I'm going to let you watch from above, because I think that'd be cool. I'm sorry I'm not looking at you and I'm looking at myself. It's because of these horrible things. I need to stop picking and all my lips are sore. That's what happens when you've got a cold. I don't know if you can hear it. I've got a head cold, so all my sinuses are full. That ear's gone deaf. That one's a bit... And I've got horrible spots and rashes and I feel shit. But I'm not letting it get me down. We're starting the knitting challenge. So day 1, I'm going to start the swatch. Woohoo! Right, I'll get you set up. Well, I suppose before I start knitting, I best put in all numbers, haven't I? So I'm working... Oh, hang on, just let me move you up a bit. Right, so I'm working on DK large, so I'm going to cast on 124. I'm doing it in pencil so I can rub it out. Right, C2 increase stitch. 4. C3 takes it to 128. Right, okay. C4 20. Right, so I'm going to knit 20. Place marker, knit C5 44. Should maybe do this on a table, but life's life, it's me. C6, right, so this is quite clever. 37. So if you're wanting to do a large and follow this, by all means do, because why not? Share the love. 432. 4, 3, 2. Right, C8. 129. Not sure. 2, 9. C9. 96. Oh, have I been going to the wrong one? No, one. Yeah, that's 120. Right, 96 and 4. Right, separate body. Right, so that's the 4, isn't it? C9. Oh, 96. 96. Ooh, I need to pay attention. It's not just going in. Right, 10 is 4. C11. 248. Right, body. Working stitch. Ah, the stitch pattern. Stitch. You're right, I get it. The one that I've chosen. Until it measures C12. 57 centimeters. Okay. Right, sleeves, C9, which is 96. 96. C13. 2. 2. 14. 100. C15, 4. C16, 3. C17, 4. Right. Now up to this bit. Right, C18. Where are we? Large 18. Ah, cool. 19. 62. 25. C21. 6. C22. 6. Oh, sat on my arm wrong then. C23, 48. C24, 42. C25, nothing. C26, 48. I hope that's right. Finishing And that's right. Okay. Right, so now I need to do a swatch for my tension. I'm going for DK, 22 stitches and 28 rows. So if I do 30 stitches and 35 rows, then I've got enough to, what do you call it, check. Do I do a couple of rows of just plain garter, then go into the 28, well, the 28 rows, and then into garter again, I'm wondering, so then you can see where it is. Right, now we're doing a large. I've got that bit. Abbreviations. Let me just check this ST. Page 2 were it. Stocking stitch. Ah, okay. Knitting flat. But I'm not doing stocking stitch. I'm doing rib, mistake rib. So do I change that? Can I change that? Why tell me I can pick any pattern? Oh, monkeys. I can do rib round. Next round, increase. Increase to increasing 4 stitches around. So just to get 28 stitches. 128. Next round, marker placement. Knit 20, place marker. Oh, Chris, I'm really sorry you're getting a plain jumper because I've got an horrible feeling. It's only the working them flat that they do pick your own. So I think I've got to work it like that, my dear. So you're just getting a plain jumper. So we're just going to follow the patterns. Ah, well, we're getting there. We're getting there. So, first of all, I need to do a swatch. Don't worry about that yet, Sadie. We're doing the swatch. So, pencil up there. I've got this one to do swatch with. So, I'm just going to do length of my arm because I've only got tiny arms. Should be enough for 30 stitches. It's probably too much, but well, hey, it's all good in the hood. Right, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, sorry you can't see, 27, 28, 29, 30. Excuse me. Right, so I'm just going to knit. I need to knit and purl daughter, so I need, because I'm doing it like that, I need to do the, right, I know which one I'm doing. Ugh. Maybe let go of that side. Right, I'm going to speed this up for you. So you've just seen a little bit of a close-up of this. I'm going to carry on with this off camera for a bit more because I want to get this done. I've put my other one in wash because I spilt coffee all down it. So now we've got this one on. So I've got all sorts of clean clothes on now. But I had to get dressed. It was what? Sorry, I'm squinting because I've got my light right there because as you saw, I was knitting. Let me see. I was knitting and I used this so you could see it over my shoulder. And yeah, I need light because that's crap. It's been a crap, dull day today. Raining, as usual. What's new? And if it's not raining, it's just cloudy, which is boring. So, yeah, I'm going to carry on with this till I've got 35 rows. I'm going to take a measurement before I block it, and then a measurement after I block it. Then at least I can get started, or at least I might need to adjust my needles. We don't know yet, do we? I think I'm perfect, don't I? But I only think that because I'm not doing continental. So I've found when I do continental, I do it very, very tight. Whereas when I'm doing English style, I tend to have a decent tension. So I don't usually do swatches, as you all know. This is the first ever swatch of yarn and needles before doing a project. Like, what? I mean, I know I've just recently done them other swatches, but they were just because I wanted to try out different stitches. And then there's the colour work that I've tried. But yeah, I'm not as tight with my stitches when I do it English style. When I throw that yarn, right, so that's 26. We're on 27 now, row 27. So I'm going to go because I will need to block it. I do believe I will be able to use that other yarn. I think they are all the same. It's just some's got a lot more texture to it and some hasn't. So it all depends on how I've prepped the bat. But they've all been spun exactly the same. I think there's two that might be just ever so slightly thicker, and I might use that on shoulders and tops of arms, not shoulders, so use it for arms where it needs to be a bit thicker, where wear and tear's a bit more. I don't know. If I need it, I'll use it. Simple as that. Hunter wants a jumper. I don't know if I told you. So I've got to take his measurements. I may make myself a vest rather than, or tank top, depending on what you want to call it. Because I rate fancy one. Right, row 28. Right, anyway, I said I was going. I'm going. It's like, well, I said that. It's like that bit. Technically, it just pulls off because that is literally before I found out about the rise. Because me being me, I just dive right in without doing any research. Well, that bit me in butt doing it that way, and it was my own goddamn fault. So you'll know, or I hope you all know, what film that's off. No, it's not Potter for a change. Oh, I love these. I actually really like my knitting needles. Really like them. Not sure I'll like the chunkier ones. I think that's when I'll be swapping and changing needles, because them small chunky ones, they're like me. No, I don't like them. But I think that's just because it's a chunky needle. I very rarely, I don't think I'll ever use it because I'm not a chunky wool fan. Even though I like all these wonderful patterns, but they're all done in chunky wool, and I don't want chunky wool. I want DK or 4-ply, like what I'm doing now. I like my smaller needles because they don't hurt my hands. So yeah, it means I can knit longer, whereas the bigger ones hurt my hands, and I think it's because I've got dinky little hands, and because I've got dinky little hands and dinky little fingers, I need to use dinky little tools. Do you know what? You can tell I didn't sleep properly last night. Look at state. Ugh. Anyway, shift that out where, look, dribbled. Terrible. I'm going to go finish this, plop it in some water, squeeze it out in a towel. I've got my towel ready there. And then I'm going to pin it on. I'll show you it pinned. And then I'm going to get this edited, uploaded, ready for tonight. But I'm going to carry on. So I'll keep filming and you'll see it another day. It's the way it's got to be done. I've got to be ahead so that I'm not worrying about the next day. Yeah, I know what I mean. I hope you do, but my brain works in weird and wonderful ways. Right, Sadie, you said you were going to stop and shut up. Right, so I'm shutting up. Well, I'm glad I went and got this before I started knitting across that way. I ain't even got 10 centimetres. I ain't even got 28 rows because I've got to take the 5 off. So I've got 26 rows. I ain't even got enough. So I'm going to carry on knitting. I'll see you all tomorrow. Don't forget, no matter where you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening or night time, I want you to do what you love doing. Love and hugs to all you fantastic people out there, and I'll definitely see you all again very soon. And that's what you get for like 3 hours. When you're slow. But I'll get quicker. Bye, beautifuls.